Did you know that your natal chart can show you how you make your money? Hey, if you're new here, my name is Celia, and I have been studying the astrological chart to figure out how we can use it in our daily lives for our self growth journey. How I came across this work is that when I went through my spiritual awakening, my guide said that it was time. I did not know what it was time was about, but it led me to closing my interior design business. Astrology was not on my radar, nor was I even thinking about spirituality. So, what happened was during a meditation, Goddess Ishtar visited me as a red flame, an orange flame. And if you know anything about the color orange, it represents your sacral energy. It's what you give birth to, it is the divine feminine energy. And through that, I started getting visits from her regularly. And one of those visits was while I was sleeping in a dream. She came to me as the morning star and she was floating above my uterus and she kept saying, "Remember who you are, remember who you are, remember who you are." I also had a dream about being in a doctor's office, and everywhere I went, there was a big poster with bright red letters that said Stella. And every room I would go into, I would hear Stella, Stella, Stella. Well, Stella means star. I also would be driving and I would see like a work van that would have a star, and the name of the business had something to do with star. Um, I began the journey with being really drawn to the moon and really understanding the moon phases and how we utilize them. And that was the beginning of my work. And I was helping people to remember the phases and how to utilize them while you're going through your manifestation process. But goddess energy is always presenting itself to me. And if you don't know this, the goddess energy is connected with Venus. And the moon is, is a female, feminine energy, not female, but feminine energy, and it represents your subconscious mind. Also, the moon is the ruler of the fourth house in your astrological chart, which is the house, the area of the home, and your mother energy and your subconscious mind. So, through my studies of learning about astrology, what I found is I'm really fascinated with the psychology part of astrology, learning about your archetype and why you do the things you do, and where you are at your best and where you are at your worst. Where do you create resentment and where are you in flow? Believe it or not, your natal chart has all of that written in there for you, because when you decided to come into this physical plane, you wanted to experience life through the senses. And you were given a blueprint of all of the things that you wanted to experience in this lifetime, as well as the lessons that you wanted to learn, um, and how you want it to move in the world as your avatar. So, if you didn't see my last video where I talk about your life purpose and I go over each ascendant sign or rising sign, to understand what your life purpose is, I'll leave the link in the description box so you can check that out. But your rising sign is your mask that you wear. It's the mirror that you're projecting out. So it's how people see you. And the reason why that's so important, as I said in the video, in the previous video, is that your life purpose is to inspire other people. That is, you're here, that's how you're serving the world. And through that, um, that is that is you, you know living your life purpose. Now, your life purpose, you can make money from it, but it's not where you make your money. It's a part of it because, again, every area in your chart is a part of you. It's your authentic blueprint. But the house that represents how you make your money is the second house, and that precedes your avatar, your mask that you're wearing, how you know that how you're supposed to present yourself and how people see you. I also go into how you know if you're out of balance and you're living out of harmony with your character. But it's not good or bad because those are all processes of yourself that you're learning and why you're here. You're here to learn about you, to remember who you are. So when you master your first house, it's when you raise your self confidence. It's your solar plexus energy of confidence. It is being the sun. We're not going to talk about the sun energy in this video. We're just going to keep it on the first or the second house because this video is about how you can make your money. But you are here to experience things in the physical plane, and that is what the second house is all about. So as you're shining who you are as your rising sign, you become more confident. You begin to understand that it's through how you show up in the world, and you're so aligned with it that people really resonate with you. It builds your confidence and your self-esteem up. But then you do have to make money in the physical plane. So you're going to want to know, how do I make my money? So we're going to go over, now that you know what your ascendant sign is, we're going to go into the second house. Now, before we get started, I just want you to know that the second house represents your self-worth, your stability, the physical world, your skills, and your talents. So this is what is innately who you are. So there's no struggle. There's no discrepancy about those skill sets because they come to you so naturally. But the problem is we've been so programmed to believe that it shouldn't come to us easily, that it's something that we're empty and we need to go and we need to find our value in the world. But you were born with that imprinted on you. And it's when you're in the least resistance. The only resistance that happens is because it comes to you so easily and you feel so good doing it. You don't think that it's worth anything because we think we have to work hard in order to make money. So if you believe that, because it's a gift that was given to you, it shouldn't have any value. And so maybe you give it away freely and you're not making any money from doing it. Now, remember, we are spiritual beings. And so when we decided to come here, we knew that we were going to have to use some kind of exchange in order to experience this material plane. And right now it happens to be money. So we can't ignore it. But what we can do is we can step into the energy of I can do what I love and make money. It can come easy to me because I love doing it. It's not hard for me because I was born with this gift and it's aligned with who I am. So with that being said, we're going to go in chronological order like we did with the rising sign. And we're going to begin with Aries because Aries is the natural ruler of the first house. And Mars is the planet that naturally rules the first house. So it's all about I act, where I'm taking action, how I'm moving in the world by taking action, playing this character that I'm playing in this physical plane. So that's what your ascendant sign is. But now you're said, okay, I'm I'm feeling confident and my self-esteem is up. So I know that I have value and I know that I don't have to work so hard in order to make money. I just need to align with what brings me joy and the money comes easily. That is part of manifesting. So, as you know, with an Aries, you understand the rising sign aspect of it. But when you're looking at how you make your money, the natural ruler of the second house is Taurus. And you know, Taurus's energy is very grounded, but it's being a sensualist, meaning that you want to experience life through all of your five senses. And because it's grounding energy, it moves a little bit slower. And um, you enjoy the finer things in life. That's why it rules the second house. So if you have your how you make your money in the second house, it is going to be through the five senses. You're going to approach the world like an Aries, which is an entrepreneurial spirit, and then you're going to create something that is new because it's very pioneering energy in the field of the senses. So maybe you might come up with a new way of taking two different types of cuisines and infusing them into a different food. So there's a different taste, a different flavor. And you're going to be a pioneer at this because nobody ever thought about it, which, I mean, we have infusion foods. But it is through attracting the senses. You enjoy anything that has to do with full immersion, like the full effect, like you could walk in and like immersion art or anything that delights the five senses. So it could be in food, it could be working in nature, it could be gardening, it could be out in the elements. You will make your money doing something that you're pioneering in an earthly way, because as a fire sign, as your rising sign, and your way you make your money is an earth sign. It's very grounded. It's a deep lesson for you because as a rising sign, you're very reactive. People see you reactive, but when you go after making money, you they don't even really recognize you because you're so grounded in it. And it's because you enjoy being the leader to something new. So again, where you're going to make your money is pioneering something new that has to do with the five senses, something different that really brings this full immersion of the senses to the light. Um, Also, it's collecting. Tauruses love to collect things. So it could be a way of pioneering how you collect something, how you put something together and make it cohesive. Um, Taurus energy, it's like you in the Taurus energy enjoys sunsets and it enjoys water and um, just everything of beauty. So you could even be a pioneer that creates something that people get to enjoy. Maybe it's like a vacation place that it's a new way because again, we're in the Aquarian age, so it's about bringing technology into it and bring thinking about humanity and community. And so it's a new way. It's being a visionary to something that's going to bring the five senses. So know that you're here to work for yourself and be a pioneer for something different. And this is a great time because we have such a shift happening in the world. So you can take that, your natural gifts, and do something different because we've been caught in this industrial age. So you're going to bring something that even maybe it's a way of how we grow our food, because we know that there's so many toxins in our food. So it could be something like that, or creating a way that we, like, I think of those towers, the food towers where you can grow your own food in the towers. That is like an Aries Taurus match for making money. So just keep that in mind. If you're playing with earth elements, and they're touching all of the senses, then that's what's going to bring you joy. And that's how you're going to make your money without feeling like you're working hard for it. Not saying that you don't have to put in the time and put in the effort, but it's going to feel effortless because you love it so much. So now we're going to move on to Taurus rising with a Gemini second house. So if you were a Taurus rising, we just covered that. We're being a sensualist, and you know, uh, being grounded and moving at a methodical pace, and creating stability, but also you're a fixed sign. So sometimes you can be pretty stubborn, and it has to be your way. So you got to watch out for that when you're making your money. But as a Gemini second house, you are intellectual. You enjoy reading, you enjoy the mind, you're very witty in how you make your money. You love being around people. People enjoy being around you because you're such a great communicator. So you might have a YouTube channel, and that's how you're going to make your money, because people enjoy your wittiness and how you converse and you communicate so clearly. Maybe you're going to be an author and write books, and maybe there's going to be like more ebooks or audible books that you're going to do because people enjoy listening to you and they love how your mind thinks. Um, Being a teacher of something that you enjoy is going to be a way that you're going to make money. Also, you could be a speaker. You could also have a business with a sibling, and you work well with your sibling, and you're teaching other people how to have better relationships and communicate better with their siblings through the work that you're doing. Um, I'm sorry. I just have a blackbird that's coming to visit me as I'm filming. And they just really love me right now. Anyway, and their feathers are like, I'm not squirrel, but I got to share this with you. Their feathers, I'm just noticing, because I saw the sunlight hit it. They almost look like labradorite, where they have that flashing, turquoise flashing. It's really beautiful. Anyway, let's get back to it. But Geminis are they're great communicators, and they love trends. So you might be following some new trend on communication, like being an influencer on social media will be the way. And because you love it so much, because it comes to you second nature, and to the thought of making money doing what you love, it's going to come easily for you. It's also, even if you were like an editor and are a copywriter, those are jobs that you will make your money and you'll enjoy doing it because you just love words. You love learning about words. You love speaking words. You are a highly intellectual, but you also like to have fun. You love to be with a group of people. So you could be working in an environment where it's team like, but it's fun. It's a fun environment, and you get to speak about what you've learned and share your wisdom, share your knowledge. That's going to really light you up and come easily to you. Also, Geminis are mutable signs. So you love being in an environment where it's flexible. You don't want to be in an environment where it's fixed energy, like your rising sign of always, being fixed. It's like you enjoy making money where it's flexible, where it's not you have to do one thing over and over again because you'll get sick of it. Because when I think of Gemini's energy, I think of like a butterfly. It's you like to sample. You might be reading 6 books at one time as a Gemini, but maybe that's what you do to make money. Maybe you are reading and critiquing other people's work, and you have the bandwidth to have more than 5 manuscripts that you're reading and editing for people. But you don't like the mundane. So it's like you enjoy sampling different things. That's why you like trends, because trends come and then they're gone, and then you get to experience something else new. So you could be a trendsetter. That's how, or you could be someone that predicts trends. That would be a great job for you, and you would make your money doing that, and it would be fun and come natural for you. So yeah, those are things that anything to do with communication and expressing your enthusiasm for learning, and that could even be a teacher, and teaching a fun group, having even creating like your own mastermind where you have a group of people, of like-minded people, and you guys just throw things out and brainstorm. That would be a great way for you to make your money. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the Gemini rising, which we just talked about. And we're going to go into the second house, which would be Cancer. So, Cancer's energy is very psychic energy, very nurturing, welcoming, feeling at home, having that safety net, um, being such a nurturer and caring for others. So you would take your skills as a teacher and what you learn, and maybe your how you would make your money is in an environment that feels like home if it's not actually home. You enjoy anything that has to do with the home, whether it's decorating the home, or working in the home, but or even a homemaker, working in the home. It's you also would be great at being a realtor, because you can talk about the home because of everything that you like about the home, but yet you can be your witty self and communicate as your Gemini rising. So, or an investor, or buying and selling real estate. Um, you can talk about, like, maybe you like the idea of tiny houses, or even van life, talking about those ways of living, new ways, trendy ways. That would be fun for you, or even creating that for yourself and then sharing it with the world through technology, creating a channel around that. Everything's going to be different in the way, because we're moving out of the industrial age. So when I give you these examples, I'm going to bring in the new technology of how we're going to be doing this, because also the way that we view home and community is going to change. So you could use your wittiness to teach others how to get along in a social environment as a community, because you enjoy that so much. So keep those in mind at how you can make your money. And those come so naturally to you, it would be fun, and it wouldn't feel like you were working, and you would show up every day with excitement. Okay, now we're going to move on to Cancer rising. So if you're a Cancer rising, that means you have Leo in your second house. And Leo is ruled by the sun, and it is about shining your light on me, but it is through self-expression. So as a Cancer rising, you enjoy the home, you enjoy comfort and warmth. So you really enjoy making people feel at home in your home. You enjoy entertaining, you enjoy expressing yourself in the home, you enjoy being a stay-at-home mother, but how you're going to make your money through the environment of self-expression is maybe you are an artist and you paint and you sell your artwork from home, or you take care of children because it also is the house of children. So maybe you would even be teaching children how to express themselves through the arts. You could also create books on children books and illustrations, and do that, and have these books on Amazon, and you're an author, you're self-publishing your books on self-expression. um, you are you find making money um, easy by inspiring others to express themselves freely through the mediums of the arts. So it could be being on the stage of, filming from home, like I am right now, enjoying communicating with others and expressing yourself. You could have a DIY channel because you enjoy so many projects in the home, or you could even have a cooking channel because you enjoy, sharing what you do in the home. So, as a Cancer rising, how you're going to make your money is going to be something around the home, the arts of the home, children, and self expression. And because that comes to you so naturally, and because of technology, it's making it more easy. It's making it easier every day. That is how you will be making your money. Okay, now if you're a Leo rising, and you will have Virgo in the second house. So we know that Leos love the stage and they love to shine and express themselves, and it feels like everything they touch is gold. I mean, you can take a paper bag and make it look glamorous. But as a Virgo, Virgos are about perfection and organizing. And so you'll find great joy in making money because not only are you so creative and have such a magnetic personality, but you also can organize it and create like these magical moments that seem like they come so easy to you. So one of the things that you might enjoy doing is being a wedding coordinator, or event planner, or catering, something that just, or even like an art um, exhibitor specialist, I guess that's what it's called. But anything that you can organize, or even special dinner parties where, like I think of like these farm to table, it's like they're unique, but then you're going to bring in all the pizzazz, and maybe there's fairy lights, and there's this element of immersion, anything that makes you feel that essence of something magical is how you're going to make your money. But you're going to use the analytical parts and the organization parts of Virgo. You may also enjoy creating something to do with around health, and a different way of eating and taking care of your body, and teaching others. And again, that would be having a YouTube channel because you like to be in the limelight, but then you get to teach others what you enjoy, what brings you joy, what comes to you easily on a screen, because Leos like to be front and center. And as a Leo rising, that's what you're here to show people, to inspire people. But then also you make money. It comes to you easily by organizing these things. You could put on a community green market, and it goes off without a hitch because you've organized it so well, and you reach out to people, and you're just very meticulous with the details and communicating to other people. And it comes to you so naturally that you don't feel like you could get paid for this, but that is how you make your money. But if you are a Virgo rising, then you would have Libra in your second house. So now we know that you like to organize, and it's about health and how you serve others, and your daily habits is what you're here to show others. But in having your Libra in the second house, Venus is the natural ruler, and Venus teaches us about I love. So it's loving what you love. And so you love like close relationships. It could be relationships with animals, with children, with coworkers, with a partner, with a business partner. So relationships are a huge thing for you that comes naturally. So as a Virgo rising, you would make your money with maybe being a relationship coach or a health coach, with teaching others how to have a healthy relationship with their body, or an addiction coach teaching others to have a healthy relationship with their mindset. And that comes to you so naturally that it wouldn't feel like you should get paid for it. But that is how you make your money. Anything to do with the relationship. Also, it is very Venusian energy. So because we're so out of balance because of the patriarchal and the masculine energy, you could create a business around helping women find self love again and knowing what it means for self love and how to pamper themselves, because we forgot about our Venusian essence. So you might be drawn to like talking about goddess energy and the divine feminine. Those would be areas that would come naturally to you because it is that very Venusian energy. You might also like mythology, where it talks about the archetypes, about relationships and love. So anything to do with love and Venusian energy and partnership and relationships is what comes to you naturally. So that is how you are supposed to be making your money. Also, you bring a level of balance and fairness and equality. So you could be working in a judicial system. We need a new judicial system that is fair and equal. So taking your organization and analytical mind of Virgo, and then being fair, you would be great for like writing new laws or being in the judicial system, because you're going to make sure that everyone is treated fairly and it is for the people. You're like the advocate for others. So that would also be where you would make great money, because you probably find right now that you automatically are the voice for those who don't have a voice. You're always standing up for the weaker one, and it comes to you naturally, but people listen to you when you voice that. So those are ways that you can make money as a Virgo rising with having Libra in the second house. So if you are a Libra rising, we just went over all of your assets. So you're going to take that energy of being fair and bringing peace, and that Venusian energy and the goddess energy, and bringing in more feminine balance, and you're going to apply it in the field of contracts, banking, other people's money, death and rebirth, and transformation. So this could happen with somebody that maybe they lost a partner. You would enjoy working with consolidating those assets for that person, because you understand relationships so well. You could be a death doula, or you could be a birth doula, or you could be somebody that worked in the health industry that helped with the transformation, mindset transformation, body transformation. You also love the occult And so maybe things of the mystery, you might be a natural mystic. And because you have such a Venusian energy, people are drawn to you and they want to understand more about the unseen world. So you might be a magic practitioner in this lifetime. Also, with the Scorpio's energy, it's the shadow because it's also about your sex life. And so you could be a coach to help women who have some blocks around their sexuality because maybe they experienced abuse and they have some shadow aspects about that. There's some shame and guilt. And so you would be great at being like a social worker or helping those that have experienced trauma through sex trafficking, sexual abuse, rape, any of those fields. You would have the compassion to hold for the people that are the victims of that. So that's where you would make your money. Not to say it would be easy, but it would come to you so naturally that you could hold the energy and hold that for them, hold the compassion for them, and then you could help them, re-enter self-love and how to remove the shame and guilt and to nurture themselves and all of that. And it would be beautiful, and you would enjoy doing it, and you would be making really good money doing it. Okay, so now let's go to being a Scorpio rising. So we understand you're like the death doula and your transformation and you're the deep shadow work, nitty gritty. But how you make your money is through higher education. So it's through your studies of the occult, it's through your studies of the shadow work, through mindset that you teach others how to advance when it comes to enlightenment and moving out of the dogma. So it's also Sagittarian energy is you know, about religion and philosophy and theology, and so it's rewriting that. So as a um, Scorpio rising, you would make money by holding a place for those who are waking up and they're waking up from the indoctrination and they need a safe place. They need to know that there is another way to live this reality because they're kind of in a little bit of shock to learn that everything that they believed is no longer the truth. So that would be a way that you would make money. But also, you love travel and overseas and culture. So you could make money being a travel agent or working in the travel industry, or even creating a retreat or some kind of travel group where you take a group of people and you go explore the world and you go to different cultures and learn about their cultures, taste food and wine and all of that. And you could make really good money doing that and it would come naturally. You could also have a travel vlog on the internet. You could have a philosophical channel where you talk about what is true to you because you're a natural seeker. So you could write a book and publish a book about what your discoveries are and your perspective on things because you're taking your Scorpio energy and what you're highly attuned to, and you're going to pour that into the structures of a Sagittarian. And you're going to blossom in that field because it's also a mutable energy. So you're able to take your fixed energy from Scorpio and adopt it into a field where you can see other people's perspectives. And so the research of it and understanding, like, what was written in the past and what we are seeing in the future, like those kind of fields would light you up and come naturally to you because you would do it for free because you are like um, a perpetual seeker anyway. So you're going to search it on your free time anyway because that's what you enjoy doing and that is what you're here to do to make your money. Now, if you are a Sagittarius rising, and we know you're the seeker, you love to travel, you love culture, but your second house will be in Capricorn. And so as a Capricorn second house, there's tradition there. There's planning. There's um, creating structures. It is being in tune with, um, that Saturn energy of doing what you said you were going to do. And so Sagittarian's energy is very mutable and flexible, but the Capricorn energy is more fixed. So you're going to take that fire from Sagittarian and you're going to pour it into the earth sign of Capricorn and get hunkered down, because Sagittarian's energy can have a hard time committing. And because you have that Capricorn placement, you're going to create a system that is going to help you experience the life of traveling and culture. So you might be creating a way that other people can experience culture, or how they can travel, or creating a plan to travel like a travel agent. Um, and that is how you're going to make your money. You're also, because you have that Capricorn placement, you will help people that procrastinate and don't believe in themselves and don't know how to create a goal or a structure. That might be something that comes to you naturally, but it's needed in the world, because with the indoctrination and being in an industrial world, we're always being told what we're supposed to do next. We're clocking in and clocking out. And then once we gain our sovereignty back, then we're going to need people like you that's going to help us to get out of that floating around and knee jerk fire energy and not accomplishing anything. So you would be very good as being a mentor to those that are ready to create a plan and do things differently. Now, if you are a Capricorn rising, we all know that that comes to you naturally. That's how people see you. But you're supposed to be taking that energy into your second house, which is Aquarius. So you're here to introduce technology. So if you worked in a field of technology and it's about planning and creating and really being focused on how to use technology for humanity, for community, for the greater good, that is going to be right up your alley. You also would find joy in taking your Capricorn energy and creating friendships in communities. And, again, it's like going back to that planning. So you could enjoy making a community green market, because, again, it is that planning from A to the end and from A to Z, and then also bringing people together. But then it's a tradition, like you want to create a new tradition and new ways of being in community with with people, because we've been so separate. And so you would be great at bringing diversity in um, and following through with it. So that is how you would make your money, whether it would be in technology that's going to help those, or for a certain cause. Again, it's very advocate energy. You want to be the advocate for people. And so for those that are, the weaker and that are helpless, or the animals, or anything that is being done that's inhumane, you are going to be the voice of those people. So you would enjoy rallying up and creating some kind of a petition, or a way to be the voice for those that do not have a voice. So, and that comes to you naturally. So you do it anyway, so you might as well be making money from it. Now, if you are in Aquarius rising, then that means you have Pisces in your second house. So, as an Aquarius rising, yes, you're all about humanity, community, a special cause, diversity. Um, but you also don't want to fit in anybody's box. You're a visionary, so you want to create something new. And because Pisces is about introspection, spirituality, you might be a healer, and you might find that you thrive in a job where maybe it's like energy healing, Reiki healing, um, anything that is out of the norm that people thought was weird, and now we're moving towards it because we're learning that our medical system is just out of whack. So you're here to introduce new ways of healing and understanding the energy body. Also, Pisces is the house of addiction. So you understand why people are addicted. And so you would create something that's innovative that's going to help those that struggle with addictions when it comes to escaping and avoiding, teaching them how to be a rebel in their lives and not always follow authority. Because look, we've been programmed to follow authority, and now we're realizing what we were taught is not what we should have been abiding by. So there's this new regime that's happening, and you could be on the forefront of that. Also, Pisces energy is very cosmic energy. So you could enjoy astrology. You could be doing what I'm doing and thinking of a different way to approach to bring the word out to teach others about astrology that causes healing and transformation. Um, Piscean energy is about the imagination. And so it's teaching others to stay still enough to have their crown chakra open to receive the downloads, to follow the instinct of their imagination and not doubt it. So anything to do with that. Also, you could enjoy working in an environment that's very creative and futuristic, or very magical, and like again, like the immersive art. It's like places like Disney, and anything that's a fairy tale and magic. You because it's a way to escape, right? So anything in that area to for escapism that is more from the imagination than from drug induced, um, you would make really good money at it because you have a very vivid imagination because you're a visionary. So you bring something new that's going to help the future, and it could involve technology. You could be a gamer. You could create games, new digital games that feel immersive, that bring the magic in. Because again, we're introducing more technology than the physical world. So it could be 3D worlds that you create, stuff like that, because that's how your brain works. You would make money easily at that because you would enjoy it so much. It would feel like you were not working. Now, last but not least, we're going to cover Pisces. So if you are Pisces rising, then we understand how your brain thinks and the imagination part of it. But you have Aries in your second house. So you're the pioneer of the imagination. You're going to bring in new healing modalities. You're going to bring in um, new ways of using the imagination to create this beautiful world, to help people experience something different. Um, and it's going to happen because you're going to be the risk taker. You're going to be an entrepreneur. You're going to create something that nobody's ever seen. You're going to be happy to be the pioneer and taking the lead and taking a risk and going after it. Um, you're aligned with making your money by bringing in new modalities that maybe people don't understand, but because they connect with you, because you have highly psychic energy, because you have so much compassion. The one thing is, you're going to take your psychic abilities, you're going to get these downloads, these spiritual downloads of what you're supposed to create, and you're going to create them. You're not going to do it in a traditional way that you've been taught. You are doing it purely through downloads, having a relationship with your spiritual team, and giving birth to something that is on the forefront that has never been seen before. And because you get that time alone, that you can be the hermit in your life and really do your soul searching and deep diving and have this relationship with other beings from our galaxy, you're going to bring that in and you're going to show it in the physical world how magical it is. I think of like the movie Avatar. The producer of that movie said it came to him in a dream, and then we get to go experience the magic of that visual through his dream. And that is what you're here to do. And it could be through healing, actually healing with these modalities that come to you. Like we have med beds that are coming out in the forefront, and we're learning that there's light therapy, there's crystal therapy. All of those things are tied to your rising sign. And that is how you make money, because you're going to be the pioneer for all of these new ways of healing and creating art and being immersive in the magic of life. Again, I just want to thank you for all the new followers, and thank you for subscribing. Make sure you hit that bell for notification and give me a thumbs up if you like this video, if you have a comment, if it resonated with you, if you never thought of yourself doing that line of work, but it makes sense because you never thought you could make money doing that because it can't come so naturally to you. Let me know all of that, and I'll see you on the next video.